to help me, promote and get my stuff out there, the novels. I actually found another website. Actually, someone found it, and actually I asked about it, and I got the link. Apparently, there's this website called itch.io. It's actually a place where you can actually find games, but apparently you could put books up there, but it's ebook, only an ebook. And I thought, oh, okay. Because I have on Lulu, I did do a physical copy and I did ebook. I thought, this is not worth it. This is not working. I don't know what's going on. And I thought, okay. Found this website, and I already knew about the website. I made an account already, and I thought, oh, okay. And so I decided to use that and try to put one book, just for now, one book up there, since it's the beginning of the year. But I already have some books already written, and I could put some more up there that have already been finished. But I just did one for now. And my account is Aoi X Kaizaki, or is it Kaizaki X Aoi? I don't remember. It's one of those two ways, because I'm crazy. But I put one book up there, and I'll probably put some more. And the link of that, I think I made a short on one of my other channels, so if you want to find that, I'd go to the other channels I have. Second thing happened, I kind of knew of the comic, but I forgot that it existed. But my sister found a comic, not the comic I was looking for, but another comic that I actually wrote years ago, and I actually tried drawing it, and I didn't have the paperwork to edit it because I didn't have the book. My sister found it, and I go, oh, it's probably about 8 pages long, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. I thought, oh, so I can actually take some paper, take a look at my original comic paper, edit it, draw the lines again, and try to make the character look more with better style than I drew a decade and a half ago. So that's what I did, and I'm starting that. So I finished the book cover, which sucked, and I finished page 1, which was alright. I just need to ink that with a pen, and then take a picture of it and put it on my DeviantArt account, which should have the link somewhere on one of my other channels as well. So if you're still watching this, I'd say go find those first. Well, now that we're up to that, I'm gonna find a new yokai to speak about. Ooh, what's the next one? We don't know, because they're scary monsters that will kill us. I'm scared. Who's going to attack us next? It's going to be... I don't know. Did I talk about this already? Did I upload this one? I think I uploaded this one. I thought I talked about this already. Let me go back for a second. No, I didn't. Or... I don't know. I don't think I did. I think that's the next one I'm talking about. Yeah, I think that's the next one we're talking about. And this one I'm actually excited to talk about. Nukekubi. Removable neck. Ah, that's what it is. Frequently referred to as a Rokubi. Occurs as an original woman. Regularly, blood by an ew, so they are vampires. Well, I don't know. I think the first one the first time I've actually seen this was actually, I think, a character from Nura? And it's a guy who basically has like a floating head. Wait, is that the same one? I don't know. Maybe. I really don't know. Anyway. So, Nukekubi are a variant of this one. Rokurokubi, which is one that stretches their necks and can detach. This is confusing. This is what I don't like variants of. Oh, this monster is a variant of this monster. And I go, it looks the exact same, like Agumon and Black Agumon, and Toya Agumon, and Clear Agumon. I mean, those things you can tell what they are, but there are things like, it's so similar that you can't tell the difference. Like, I guess they like the shinies of, I think it's either Jotion and Espeon. They're both greenish, but one of them is more bright green and one of them is more beige dull green. I don't know. When they have something so similar like that, you just can't tell what is what. Well, anyway. The difference between this one and this one apparently is that its head detaches itself completely from its body rather than elongating like a neck. Okay, so this one, its neck detaches itself, which is, I guess, I don't know the difference, because there's also the, it starts with a D, Dullahan. That's, I think, an Irish spirit, which is basically the headless spirit, but you carry your head around. Isn't that what this is? I don't know. Anyway, so these things possess a thirst for blood, like vampires, and are more violent. Why does this feel like I've actually did this one before? Their flying head sucks the blood of victims like a vampire. They also brutally bite them to death. Ew. So they wouldn't just suck them out for, because most things like leeches and bats, if they do suck your blood, they would suck their blood off of A, dead animals, or B, enough blood where they just, like mosquitoes. They just suck enough and then they would leave for the food. But some things actually, they tell you stories where they basically just suck you dry to your death. And I go, that's dumb. Aren't you not hungry? I don't know. Origin, like the PQR, being a Nukekubi is a curse. Edo period scientists believe that Nukekubi suffered from an affliction similar to somnambulism. Basically, it's sleepwalking. Only instead of walking around at night at the patient's entire soul, and wait. Instead of walking about at night, get the comma here, the patient's entire soul and head departs from the body. Put a comma right here. Uncured, this curse will tear the family apart, potentially due to the violent nature. Treatment of this curse of these two, both of them, has been long sought after, particularly because these women can pass their curse to their daughters, who show sign as they mature. So instead of a normal thing, because there's a normal woman, she grows her breasts, they get long hair, they get bigger hips, they bleed. Some of them bleed more, and they have super pain in their intestines called endometriosis, aka apparently my family, on my mom's side, because apparently, again, back then in the 1900s, people didn't know, my grandma had so many miscarriages. She was lucky to get 2 kids, my mom and my uncle. My mom had a few things, and she had some problems with bleeding too, a little bit more. And now my sister has so much bad pain. She bleeds a lot more than most during the puberty, and her cycle doesn't even exist. It's like her cycle comes whenever the fuck it wants to. It wants to come here, because it's actually her cycle did start about the end of January, beginning of February, but usually it's supposed to be in the middle of the month. But usually, actually, it was originally supposed to be at the end of the month, the beginning of the month. Then it moved. Then it moved again. Then it moved again. And again and again and again. And I go, what the fuck? I hate this. I remember there was a time it happened like on the 9th, 10th, 11th. I go, and then all of a sudden it moved again and again. I'm like, come on, this can't be. Like, it has to be endometriosis. But instead of that, this treatment, what happens? I don't know. They end up growing to having the pain of your head can pop off, and you want to drink people's blood. So maybe because they have lost a lot of blood from their from the women's cycles, that they need more blood. I don't know. I'm just making things up now. That'd be weird. Anyway, afflicted girls were then sold off to. Okay. They were sold off to live in brothels or human circuses, forced to commit suicide in order to preserve their family's honor. That is the one small thing I didn't like. Just a small thing. Like I understand honor. It's trust and honor. It's believing what you do is right. Helping yourself, helping people, protecting your family, but killing yourself to promote honor. That's not why people commit suicide. They commit suicide because they feel that no one's being listened to. I mean, they're not being listened to, they're not helping, and then, boom, they die. They don't feel right in this world, but committing suicide to honor the family, that is the one thing from the Asia's past that confused me so much. I don't even know if I even have a family honor, because I do know that my family tree is basically I did a test, and one of my family's tree goes all the way up to the Civil War in the States. I'm never gonna fucking call it the United States ever again, because we are not united. We have 50 states, and half the people are fucking red, half the people are fucking blue, and who the fuck? A lot of people are like, I hate you back, I hate you more. I go, shut up, you're not united. We've never been united. I don't even know when we were united. We're not a country, we're just a bunch of states that think that we're better than everybody, because some people call each other racist, and some people call each other woke sluts, and a bunch of other bullshit that I don't really care anymore. You human beings are not intelligent. But the other half of my family, let's see, there's a bunch of paths, but another path of my family went all the way up to about, the late 1900s, the late 1700s, before we went to back to England and Scotland and Ireland. So technically around the Revolutionary War, a little bit after at the end. So technically, if anyone has to say, which one of you people is American? Technically, I am, because half my family was up here for the Revolutionary War, or maybe a little bit after. The other half of the family, around during the Civil War. And I actually found another document talked about the Civil War. And one of my great some fathers, 4, 5, 6, 7 generations back, he was in one of the battles of the last war a while back, and I thought that is some bullshit right there. So you want to talk about honor? I don't even know if I have any honor compared to what my generation did to help this country, quote, quote, quote. Anyway, to continue, the legend of this, a famous account happened from Echizen province, which is now Fukui prefecture. So a young woman was afflicted with the curse of this one, Nukekubi. Her head just flew off. My head just flies off. There's an episode of Arthur like that. They're like, she's just gonna keep bottling up just like this soda, and then her head's gonna pop. And then Francine's head just whoosh, and then it lands on a kid's yard, and like, Mom, someone's head landed on her. Like, that was so weird. It was because of, I guess Francine had a whole bunch of anger. But if you see someone's head pop off, I would, I don't know. First of all, check if there's blood. If there's no blood, then she's a vampire. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, let's come back. Her head flew off at about the capital city at night, chasing young men into the streets. Get back here! Get back here! That is wrong. I'm laughing at this. Locked out, the head would scratch and bite. How does your head scratch? With teeth? It would bite their doors during the night and leave deep gashes in the wood. Real vampire. When a young girl eventually discovers her curse, she was so ashamed that she asked her husband for a divorce. She ritually cut off all her hair in repentance and committed suicide. She believed it was better to die than to live like a monster. That is the question. And I would actually say, yeah, it might be better. Would you rather... They say you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself a villain. That's for comic book characters. But in real life, is that true? Would you rather die and kill yourself or have someone kill you than to grow up to be a beast? A physical beast or an emotional beast? I don't know. I would probably say yeah, because you don't want to be remembered for a terrible thing. But a lot of people are going to be remembered that way. A lot of you are going to be remembered of something bad you did. Because we are of one of three people. We are a hero to some people's eyes, we are a villain in some people's eyes, and we are a bystander in other people's eyes. So you have to think, what do you want to be? Or what are you, I guess, more or less. And maybe it would be better to die than live like a monster. Anyway, so according to the lore from Hitachi, a man married one of these heard from a peddler that the liver of a white-haired dog could remove the curse. Okay. However, her curse was still passed on to her daughter, whose flying head took to biting the white dog to death. Other accounts claim that by removing the sleeping body to a safe place during the night, the head will not be able to return and it will eventually die. However, this is not a cure that most families are willing to try. There's a lot of curses in this world. The question though is, what curse do you want to try to break? There's a lot of curses on yokai. A lot of yokai curses and stories deal with they are a bad person or they end up turning to a bad person. But again, see, this is just a young woman. Remember her, she was just a woman, all of a sudden her head just pops off and now she's a yokai. The question is, what is it? Because you see, the word yurei means ghost. Basically, you are more a chance to become a yurei. But a yokai, can a human become a yokai? That's the question I want to know. Can you become a yokai? I don't know. Can a human turn into one? I would assume so. That you could. I mean, this one did. That's what the legend goes. A person's walking down, head pops off. I go like, was she always it? It is because she was cursed. What was the curse? That's what I don't know. How did this curse happen? What was the origin of the curse? Not the origin of Nuke. What is the origin of the curse of Nukekubi? But just remember, if you see a woman's head pop off, I would definitely make sure that you know that she's dead, because if she's not dead, then she is a vampire, and she's gonna come bite you. And if you find out that your wife is or if any woman is a Nukekubi, I would pray that she's not pregnant, because I would not wish this curse upon any woman, because she can have children, and she could have a daughter, and that daughter would be cursed when she grows into puberty. So, be careful of all the people that you meet. You might find a headless person who can pop her head off and chase after you, men. Sometimes women chase after men, not for strange things. But having a woman chase after you with her own head? Be careful. Otherwise, you'll have to sacrifice a dog.